Hey guys, what's up? So the next poem I'll be reading is 1878, and this is actually a short story. It's titled The Mind Controller. This is a bit dark and twisted, but in an abstract kind of way. This is about a mad scientist that becomes obsessed with proving that mind control does work from hypnosis. So he decides to use his husband as a guinea pig. 3 years of perfect cleaning, 3 years of perfect sex, 3 years of no nagging, nothing but complete perfection in a relationship. His friend caught on that this was not a study, this was for his own benefit, and he's using his husband like a robot that he can turn off and turn on at his own pleasure. Of course, there's a twist. Just wait for it. The mind controller. There is a man in his study going through his notes. There are methods all over his computer screen that look like passcodes from some other language. His best friend walks into the room, looking at all the crumpled papers on the floor and open books on the desk. He looks at his friend worried. Are you still working on this? He pressed his glasses forward with his index finger. Come on, let's take a break. Let's get drinks. On me, buddy. No, not now. I'm getting so close. I just have to find the book. It's the one that allows me to trigger the mind with a single prop. Going through all the books, but lost in his own work, his friend keeps shaking his head with disapproval. I know that face. Speak your mind. I don't think what you're doing is right. It's too close to home. I know you're trying to prove that mind control works with hypnosis, but using your husband as a guinea pig? I'm sorry, but it's immoral. The scientific man looked at his friend. He volunteered, and the fact that it's personal is what makes this so powerful. Don't you understand? You've been in control of him for 3 years. Don't you think you should let go? Look, just give me until next week. I'll explain everything. His friend looks at the desk with all the papers, then back at his friend. Do you even love him? Of course I do. Just give me time. And where the hell is that damn book? 2 weeks have passed by. His friend showed up. Everything was so different. The entire house was remodeled, painted, new plants. The minute he walked in, everything was neat and clean. The living room table was set for three, candlelight. As the husband walked in and set the food on the table, his friend took a seat and signaled him to take a seat too. Wow, this place looks incredible. Was this all done by... Yes. Don't you see that it is possible? His friend turned his head to look at the paintings on the wall. What are those? When he's not doing what he's been asked of, he's painting those. Aren't they beautiful? I mean, I've never been one for art, but sometimes I just sit here and watch him do his thing, and I stare at them. The husband walks in with the cornbread and the lasagna and a bottle of wine, smiling, opening the bottle and pouring their glasses. It looks like he got more muscle. The scientist smiled while picking at his food. Let me tell you, this sex is the best it's ever been in our marriage. He's swallowing the delicious meal with a fork, smiling. Okay, I see that you've proven your point. I'm sure you've written your thesis. Let him go. This is getting out of hand. He was literally sitting there eating while both men were talking about him. It was as if he was a robot. He's my husband, and I'll do what I want with him. His friend kept shaking his head, disappointed. This isn't a toy. This is a person. Don't you understand that? Of course I know. Besides, he loves me. Isn't that right, baby? He smiled and put his hand on top of his. That's right. You're disgusting. His friend dropped the fork as both of them looked at him shocked as he walked out of the room. One day, when the scientist was sitting at the same table waiting for his meal like usual, he noticed something about the painting that was off. He got up from the table and went to it, and he chipped the paint and realized there were passcodes behind it. And behind him, his husband was raising a champagne bottle, finally hitting him across the head. The scientist opened his eyes and noticed that he was tied to a chair, bags packed to the side, and the paintings on the floor. The husband walked inside, removing the tape from his mouth, laughing. So sorry to tell you, baby, but your experiment didn't work. Well, not on me anyway. He struggled trying to get out of the chair. You see, I've been doing some reading myself, how to brainwash someone with memories. Those were the paintings you were so drawn to. But your cooking, your cleaning, your new appeal, all done by me. He just stood there completely numb, like a mannequin. I don't understand. I laughed again. All these years you thought you were controlling my mind, but it was the other way around. His friend walked in and gave me a kiss on the mouth. He was still lost in a trance. I know this is going to hit you hard when you get out of it, but I wanted you to feel exactly what you thought you were doing to me. Oh, and just to let you know, I'm worth so much more.